What's going on, guys? Hope y'all are having an amazing day as always. If you follow me on social media and on Instagram more specifically, you've heard me talk about how I wanted to make a video on discouragement. So right now is the time making it happen right now. So here we go. Let's rock and roll. I just got done with a speed workout on the bike and on the run. It was a speed workout consisting of 15 5-minute sprint intervals on the bike with 1 minute recovery. And then it was a speed workout on the treadmill with four by 1200, so four 3/4 of a mile sprints at a 4:25 pace goal. So essentially finishing all those sprints in 4 minutes 25 seconds. Guys, I was starting off with I just did a workout yesterday. That was a swim workout along with weights and core. I'm really sweaty right now, sorry, but I wanted to get this video done. But I got that workout done yesterday, and after that, I did my weights and core workout. And so starting this workout today, my legs were still feeling a little heavy from just smashing my legs and my core during the weights workout I did yesterday. And so on the first set on my bike, I wasn't able to. I didn't get the number that I wanted to get. So I started to get a little discouraged. I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and just hang in there, do something that's comfortable for me. And I just so happened, I always like to watch the Ironman World Championship, reruns of that when I do my speed workouts, especially when I'm stationary on a workout, just that way I can visualize where I want to be, and because I know I'm going to qualify in the next 3 years or less for the Ironman World Championship in my 25 to 29 age group. And I love putting that in front of me to get my vision, to get to me where I want, to remind me of what my goal is, and to remind me of what my why is, why I'm doing this in the first place. And so I was watching that, and I had the thought, I'm like, you know what? Forget that. Forget being discouraged. Forget settling for that mediocre workout that I was going to have. And I decided to, you know what? Forget that. Let's go ahead and smash this workout. So I was pushing, man. And my goal was to have a minimum of 19 miles per hour on the speed workout, just pushing and pushing. And it feels, for whatever reason, it feels like it's harder doing speed workout on a stationary trainer than it is going out on the road. I don't know why that is, but for whatever reason, it just feels like it is. And I just smashed it, man. And I got my goal, and I was so happy with my performance. I'm like, dude, you did it. That is amazing. But here's what could have happened. I could have gotten discouraged. I'm like, you know what? Hey, my legs aren't feeling 100%. Maybe I didn't hit my nutrition, thinking of all these excuses, and then didn't get the workout I wanted to get. But I was like, you know what? Forget that. Let's rock and roll. Let's make this thing happen. All it was a change of mindset. All it was a change of belief. All it was is a change of focus. And that's exactly what it was. I was so happy I was watching the World Championship because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to reach my goal. I'm going to get there. I am going to work harder than any 25 to 29-year-old age group male and achieve my goal in the next 3 years or less. And so I am so happy with that. And I just finished with the treadmill as well, and I pushed hard on that. And I had a great workout today. But here's what I wanted to say. Don't get discouraged whenever things get tough. I mean, it's so easy to do that. When we don't have, things that go planned at work, or they don't go planned in your career, they don't go planned as being a parent, your kid acts up, or whatever it is. Life happens to us all, but what makes the difference in people is how we choose to respond to these situations. It's how we choose to respond to the hands that we're dealt. I recently finished up a 2-mile swim a couple weeks ago now, and there was a gentleman who I met. It was really amazing, guys. I can get emotional just thinking about this, but anyhow, this gentleman that I talked to, we were talking, he was like, yeah, how far did you swim? We were talking a little bit. He's like, yeah, I just did do triathlon as well, and back in 2015, it was kind of a rough year for me. I had knee surgery, but he also went on to talk about how his wife was battling cancer, and sorry, technology, 21st century issues here. Here we go. Apologize. But his wife was battling cancer, and in the same year, he lost her as well. And then he had the knee surgery as well. I'm just kind of like, I couldn't relate to that, to losing someone like that. I mean, I've lost my grandma. I mean, that was pretty hard, just seeing my mom go through that more so. But just losing your spouse, someone that you love, I don't know how long he was married, but someone that you love, and then not being able to do the sport you love. He did triathlon, he did running events as well, and not being able to do the sport you love as well. So you're losing these two things that are so cherished to you. And life just hit him, just kicked him in the butt, man. But that's what happened to him. But he was like, it wasn't a great year for me. But here today, it was just a couple weeks ago, so earlier this year. Here today he was smiling, he was having a great time, And he was like, you know what, hey, I even tried to provide my condolences to the guy. I was like, sir, I am so sorry. But he wasn't even having any of that. He was just like, you know what, hey, that's life. Life happens, but you know what? He's gone on. He's like, his whole paradigm wasn't even thinking about what happened to him. His focus was on what was good. He had the knee surgery, but, he's about to go out and run. He was actually saying he's going to go run a half marathon this coming weekend. So I was like, golly, man. I didn't think about it. I was actually just trying to make my social media post for the day. So it didn't hit me until the next day. And I was going to work. I'm like, wow, what an amazing mindset this gentleman had to not focus on what went wrong, but instead to focus on what is going right. Now, granted, that doesn't mean that he didn't suffer for a time, for a period of time after he got done with his event. That doesn't mean that. But instead, he chose to focus on what was good. He could still be wallowing in agony, for this year, and no one would blame him for that. But what makes a difference to people, like I said, is how you choose to respond to the situation. He could still be discouraged, saying, I had knee surgery, I can't compete, my wife's gone. It's just like all these things could have gone against him, but he chose to focus on what mattered and what was important to him. What was important to him was moving on. What was important to him was progress. What was important to him was getting back to what he loved. And that's awesome. Now, I don't know if he's found new love in his life. Maybe he has with his attitude like it is. I doubt that's been a problem for him. Maybe he's already found someone. I don't know. A little filly that stole his heart. I have no idea. But you know what? What I do know is that his life is going to be truly magnificent because, he was an older gentleman, maybe older than me more so, maybe in his 50s or 60s, something like that. But just the mindset that he had was so amazing. So that's what I wanted to encourage you with. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to encourage you with, guys. It's just whenever life hands you a bad hand. this past couple of days, I had two not good workouts in my opinion. I didn't hit my nutrition. I didn't have 2 workouts that were supposed to be good on. I had a 2-mile swim. I was supposed to had a pace at a certain pace. I wasn't able to get my pace on that. Then I had a 5-mile run right after that. I couldn't make my pace. I didn't even finish the run. I was only able to hang for 2 miles, and I just couldn't make the tempo run that I was supposed to make. And then on Monday, I was supposed to have a 60-mile bike ride, and I didn't hit my nutrition again. And I was just so mad and so frustrated, and I had to run after that. But I just didn't have the quality workout. I wasn't able to ride 30 miles because of time constraints, and I just didn't have a solid workout. And I was so mad at myself, not because I demand perfection from myself. Absolutely not. I mean, if you're striving for perfection, that alone is going to make you discouraged. In my opinion, there's only one person that's perfect, and that's a man up top, according to my beliefs. And so, since I'm not him, I'm not the creator of the universe here. There's no reason for me to strive for perfection. So, in other words, the only thing I can do is strive to be the best version of myself, and strive to create a world that is better when I leave this earth than I left it, and to create a positive impact in the lives of others around me. And to strive to be. First of all, I have a main goal that I had this thing in my room. It's called "Be the Man," right? And what this is just, I have just personal goals for myself, and one of the things I have posted up is called "Be the Man." And there's 5, 6 things. I don't know. I'm just gonna name out. It says, "Be the man God will be well pleased with. Your parents will be proud of. Your wife will be attracted to. You want your children to emulate. Who positively impacts the world and who never stops improving." I guess that's 6 things. And what that helps me with is just like, you might have bad days, but keep on pushing forward. Keep on pressing on. Never give up. Never quit. Push yourself to be better than the person you were yesterday. Never compare yourself to anyone else. If you can do that, if you can keep your focus on the right things, you can keep your thoughts on the right things, and keep your influences on the right things as well, you can have a life that's truly magnificent, and you can never be discouraged by this, by the status quo that comes against you, by the things of life. Life happens, guys. But like I said, I'll say it the 3rd time I think I'm saying this, but what makes the difference in people is what you choose to focus on, how you choose to respond to the situation. And we could go in hours talks about that, certain cases of people who chose to respond differently. But it's just a matter of, don't let life beat you up. Be the creator of your world. Be the creator of your future. Do what's right. Do what's necessary. If you have bad days, shrug it off, but don't suffer. Don't suffer through that. Look at the good in every situation and try to focus on. I know it's easier said than done. I understand this. I like I said, the past couple of days I had bad workouts, but you know what? I was still able to focus on what was important, what I thought, what I knew to be true, and I listened to good audiobooks. I was actually listening to an audiobook by the gentleman by the name of Grant Cardone. Great guy. And it was called the 10X Rule, and I was listening to that, and that really helped me build me up as well. And so just other things like that just helped me just keep my focus in mind why I'm starting, why I'm doing this, and just become better every single day. So that's what I want to leave you with. I really hope this helped you guys. I was just so fired up and so amped after my workout. I was like, you know what? Let's go make this video. This is a perfect time to do that. So thank you so much for watching. If you don't already, please follow me on social media on Instagram you can search Ryan Huff or at Kona Qualified, Kona Qualified. And I'm on my 3-year journey to qualify for the Ironman World Championship in the next 3 years or less, and inspire as many people as I can and make my life truly magnificent from here on out. So thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. Have an amazing day. Talk to you very soon.